What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of my HLTV Fantasy. Today we are looking at Global Esports Tour Dubai 2022. It's a pretty interesting event in terms of fantasy. There's no clear favorite to me. There's obviously, you would say, like, NIP should win this, but with the fact that they don't have Hampus on their team and ZTR filling in for him, there's definitely some upset potential here, I think. A couple of the teams who you might see as potential upset teams towards NIP are Movistar, even though they're actually on a pretty long loss streak. I think it's like, I'm not sure if it's a full streak, but they have not been playing very well lately. Yeah. Like O2 Astralis, O2 Mouse, O2 Apex, 2-0 Isurus, but losing to Finest, G2 Mouse again. And as you can see, Mouse and Movistar are kind of on the same side of the bracket. I would expect that Mouse goes to the finals from here. By the way, yeah, it's just a single elimination bracket with 8 teams, best of 3 all the way through. So just pick the 2 teams that go to the finals, mostly. I have a lot of faith in Mouse Sports for this, at least to make it to the finals. And I would say I would see that this as an event where they really should be able to prove themselves. Them and maybe OG. NIP not being as strong in this event as they could be. Like, if Hampus was playing, I would definitely go double NIP. But with Hampus out, I am kind of considering OG. I feel like there's a lot of advantage to playing with your full lineup, and there could be some, how do you say, like at the beginning of the lineup they might do a lot better, because this lineup of OG is pretty new with Neofrag and Fiku coming in. So because of those reasons, I think, and also because I think I want to do a bit of something a bit more risky, I'll show you how I'm looking in fantasy overall. So we're like 124th, but there's, what is this? Quite a few points between me and like a pole position, or at least podium positions. Top 10 would be very nice, but I feel like I need to do a couple riskier picks. And a riskier pick that I think could very well work out for me here would be going OG and Mouse Sports. Because of course NIP is still gonna be like the most picked team. There's a good amount of Mouse Sports, but not that many OG players. So I really feel like going quite kind of harder into Mouse Sports and maybe OG should be a pretty good strategy. With that said, which players? So like anyone on Mouse could be decent. From OG, I probably wouldn't pick one of the new guys. Kind of too much of an unknown entity. I think Flame Z could be a very nice one. I wouldn't be like, who's the best cheap player we have here? So Esetag is pretty cheap, and he's probably gonna do okay. And if I'm going like double OG, double Mouse, I absolutely want my last player to be against or from an IP, because I still think they're gonna like destroy NSAR. It's just between OG and NIP here. I would expect OG to come out on top. But there's also a chance that OG just lose to Complexity, for example. And if OG lose to Complexity, that is when NIP becomes a better pick. But I do think I'm going to take this OG risk here. Just because I feel like I need to do a bit more riskier picks. But I'm gonna lean kind of hard into Mouse Sports. I might even go for like 2 expensive players like Emas Torzi Frozen. Not going for Dexter JDC. I think Nexa is probably one of the best cheap players in this event. It just makes a lot of sense to me. Boros is... There's a player called Pokemon. I did not know that. Wait, why does he have 1.19 rating and 184 grand? There's also Almazer on this team. I did not know what this... But how is this price calculated? He's only played one event or what? What is this price based on? Is he like standing in for someone or? Asia RMR. Oh, come on. From Pakistan, yeah. I mean, if you want to take a risk, if you feel like NIP is gonna be really bad at this event, maybe there's a chance. I don't think a best of 3. If it was a best of 1 beginning, like start to the tournament, maybe. But yeah. So if I feel like Nexa's the best cheap player, let's just go, because I think Flamesy, Mantu are probably the 2 players I'd rather have. Let's go for this. And then 5th player from NIP. Let's pick the cheapest. But can we actually... Well, that works out monetarily quite well. Frozen Torzi. But I'm not sure about... I mean, it might very well be good to do that. I don't want to go ZTR. If I got Plopsky here, this would probably be a bit better. Except there's no main op then. S-Attack makes a lot of sense. You could go Mantu instead, right? Here. Then you don't have enough for any of the NIP guys. And I really want to have one of NIP. No, I honestly feel what I had before was looking pretty decent. Flamesy as entry probably. And then not Beamas, but Torji instead. How have Torji's stats been lately? We go events. Time, well yeah, Dallas, he wasn't that great. Apart from Dallas, one bad winter. This is Europe RMR. He did actually quite poorly, but I mean Mouse as a team did quite poorly after that. Yeah, it's a bit iffy. It's a bit iffy. What about Frozen then? We had an even worse Dallas, but more consistent apart from that. Like you could go non-Torji. What about JDC? JDC's had like decent stats for a while now. Then you probably go for like a Mantu. Can you get not enough for Plopsky still? Yeah, it just becomes pretty awkward with the money, I feel. I do like Mantu. I think he could do very well at this event. Not Bimas. Mantu Bimas. Yeah, wait a minute. What's next? Becomes pretty interesting. Bimas Frozen. No, this becomes very weird. Next, Mantu. Bimas JDC, but then we have like too much money almost. We're not using on mouse sports. So Dexter Frozen. Like on paper, I just feel like Mantu and Bimas, for example, would be some players who I would love to have on my team. And then maybe Frozen on top of that. Then it's probably Nexa, but then it's you can't have a 5th player from NIP, which I'm not a great fan of. How have Bimas' stats been? I mean, everyone's gonna have bad stats for Dallas, pretty much. He had such a good EPL, but after that, he's not been that amazing. What did I have before? I had S-Tag, the 2 expensive players from here, and then next some Flamesy. Yeah, I don't know. I just really like this lineup. there's no good, like, I'd rather have like Mantu instead of Torji as my AWP, and then someone from, for example, like a Bimas for instead of Flame Z, for example. I want to actually check. I want to still check my teams. I should be able to edit, right? I want to see some options still. I'm not quite ready to go for this because I'd rather have. Yeah, but then yeah, this would be so nice, but just doesn't make sense. I think to go like deaths instead. Like, wait, where's the? I have too many tags open. Like, it's so much easier to go NIP over Nasser instead of Movistar over Tailu. I see actually this as a potential win for Tailu. I would rather not have deaths on my team. Kyojin is pretty much not an option. They shouldn't beat Mouse ever. What else can we do? We could have like Bimas, Mantu, Dexter, Flames, and Plopsky. So like this is an option. To be like probably support Plopsky, entry, IGL, OP, and CT rating or something like that. No, actually support Bimas is be good. So this is like an option, but I feel like Dexter is so much weaker than Nexa. I'm just gonna go for this lineup I had earlier. I feel like this is the way to go probably for me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Easy main op. IGL, right, on OG. I mean, it has to be IGL Nexa. Or does it have to be support Nexa? No, it has to be support on Essetag, IGL Nexa. Probably entry or... Yeah, it looks like entry to me. And then Frozen, probably CT or multi. Yeah, CT looks to be the best. Works pretty well role-wise, but generally just the players I have. I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, let's hope this this pays off. It's a bit of a gamble with OG, of course. They're still an unproven quantity, but I think the pieces they have definitely are very capable of beating an NIP versus or an NIP versus without Hampus. What do the odds say about this one? Yeah, pretty favored for. This is very favored for OG actually. Jesus, in terms of odds, I would have thought of it more like maybe 2.0 complexity or a bit above that. But yeah, I mean complexity haven't beaten anyone significant for a while now, so I'm not that surprised. Well, we don't get to use a lot of boosters, right? 2, 4, 6, 12, 14. Is it just 14 boosters? It is. So we need to choose which 3 boosters we don't use. Most likely, yeah, Rambo. Probably Ace as well. Check some of the others. There's some okay ideas, but definitely no Flash. Who's KST? Yeah, Frozen versus Falcons KST. That's fine. Which others am I not using? This is probably happening, yeah. This is not. Ace is probably still not. I mean, yeah, maybe not Flash. Okay, no Rambo, no Flash. Probably no Ace as the last one. Yeah, no Ace. Wait, actually Choke is less likely than Flamesy Ace. We can do Flamesy Ace. Here. This is not the clutch one. Use headshots. Flamesy. Best pistol Frozen. Top of the scorecard Torji, actually. We can do top of the scorecard Torji here. There's 3 maps, so there's definitely time for that. Nexa Avenger, actually. Wow, I did not expect the Nexa to be the highest Avenger percentage. 30 bump Torji for later. We can do Nexa Avenger. I don't mind that here. It's also good to use some of the better boosters just in case one of the teams just gets eliminated straight away. It's not that bad to use better boosters here. But what the hell am I gonna put on is a tag here? Clutch, probably not. Bait flimsy, 80% almost. Yeah, no flash. Was it Rambo, choke? Yeah, with grenade is on Nexa. We can do grenade on Nexa then. Oh no, wait, this is attack. We might still do that. Assist. Man, Flamesy has all of these. We can do this one. It's fine. And then we can do bottom of scorecard next against Mousesports. No, wait, against OG. Okay. Or we do bottom of scorecard next if that's more likely. No, S-Attack more likely. So we do S-Attack bottom of scorecard against Mousesports. But yes, that's it for this video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. I will be posting, well, whenever there's an Ego or HLTV Fantasy up, I'll be making a video. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.